tonight, you guys. Balance of power in this whole NFC West thing has been fascinating, shifting back and forth all season long. Do the Seahawks take control of this division tonight in Philly, Nate?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Seahawks are a much better team than Philadelphia. Philadelphia has struggled to find consistency on offense. Carson Wentz is pressing just way too much. I don't feel like they have a flow. And this is a game where Seattle needs to step up and really shut this team out. Because we've seen the NFL become this really random weekend where certain games just shock us. But the Seattle Seahawks, if they want to be a team that we respect, this is where you take the lead in the NFC West and you start to run away with it because there's too much inconsistency in that division.
Ian Rappaport had a report yesterday on NFL Game Day saying we might see a little Jalen Hurts and not just gadget, stuff like that. You might see Jalen Hurts at quarterback.
Yeah, what's that? For
a couple snaps for the Eagles, and it might be more than just a couple. This is a real fork in the road moment for the Eagles. The Giants are now in first place with Colt McCoy as their quarterback. Alex Smith and the Washington football team doesn't scare anybody, and yet they are right there. And the Cowboys, the Eagles can still win this division. Is this the time to break out Jalen Hurts? Or should we just ride Carson Wentz all the way to the end of the year? I'm very interested. This is a little bit of playing with fire feel to this. If Jalen catches heat, do you give the rock to Jalen Hurts, the rookie, the second-round pick for the rest of the season? I want to see how they use Jalen Hurts. I want to see what they do because I'll be honest, I've watched a lot of Eagles football this year. Outside of the Jets and maybe a couple other of these teams that are the Jaguars, the Eagles might be the most frustrating team to watch in the entire NFL this season. So much talent on the field, can't get wins, and very often they come really close and they don't finish the deal. Jalen Hurts is a winner from college. I don't know how much we see of him. That's my fascinating piece. I don't know about the Seahawks. I know the Eagles are going to be something I'm watching.
My eyes go to Philly, too, because time's up. You've had weeks. You've had weeks while the NFC East was terrible to figure this out, lick your wounds, get right. Doesn't really matter if you lost, if you lose. We've all joked about it. I've made a million jokes. It's not a joke anymore. If Carson Wentz doesn't have it, you got to pull him. You have to pull him, and not for a gadget or get him out of the game. You have a second-round draft pick. Peter said it all. A winner. You got to try something. The time is up. Washington wins. The Giants win. You're going to lose the worst division of all time, and you had it. And so the idea that, we don't want to mess with Wentz. Listen, Carson Wentz has been messed with in a million different ways, whether it's his backup or his knee, and he's still somehow recovered. You got to stop worrying about his feelings and start worrying about your team. He's been awful, and I don't relish saying that. I like Carson. We all do. You got to get him out of the game. He's by far inferior to someone like Daniel Jones right now, even, let alone Alex Smith. You got to get him out. And I think if you're not going to start Hurts, I mean, you got to get him out early. I'm saying in the first couple series, if it's punt or anything, or let alone a turnover, get out. We have built this whole team around you. We've paid you all the money in the world. We've given you 2 months out. You got to go. You got to win this one. Time's up. Got to go.
Are you co-signing? You have been high on Jalen Hurts since the morning after the draft when I talked to you.
I don't believe Jalen Hurts right now is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz, but you have to mix it up. And if you have a guy on your roster that can do some things that could add a little bit of energy to your offense, which is what they lack, and then you couple that with the fact that Carson Wentz just makes a bad decision because he's trying to do too much.
Taysom Hill-y kind of stuff out there?
No, that's good.
No. I don't want him to just go in there and run the ball. I want him to throw the ball. And Taysom Hill is a guy that can run and throw. It's just that he's really good at running the ball. So throw him in there, put Jalen Hurts, and see if that adds a little juice to your offense.
The local reporters are saying Jalen Hurts took first-team reps a lot this week.
That's what I heard, yeah. I will say golden opportunity for these Seahawks, right? The Rams lose, that's huge for them. Then they've got, guys, listen to this. The Eagles tonight, they've got the Giants, who very may well be without their starting quarterback, Daniel Jones, in that one. And then they have the Jets. This division has been twisty-turny all season long. And now there's this stretch where the Seahawks can come and say, oh, this is our whole situation here. So, yeah, more highlights right now, Nate?
More highlights. Speaking of Taysom Hill, let's get some Taysom Hill highlights. Saints, Broncos, undrafted rookie for Wake Forest, Kendall Hinton. He would be the starter. That's a wide receiver who was just activated. Didn't take any snaps at quarterback. You know who did? Taysom Hill, who is the quarterback in for Drew Brees. He gets in. It's no surprise. He had a couple of rushing TDs. Taysom Hill looks good when he's behind center. Kendall Hinton tried his best. And he gave a great effort, heroic effort, if you will. The outcome wasn't such, but I need a Kendall Hinton jersey because you get thrown out there playing against a team like the Saints and you make it out alive. You get all the credit in the world, brother. Saints win.
You know, Guy Schrags?
I'm going to be working on that one.
Okay. King
Might
Henry.
all get Kendall Hinton jersey.
Night.
Patrick Mahomes, we knew how he would do, but I don't even think the biggest Mahomes enthusiasts expected this first quarter. Right out of the gates, it's Mahomes, it's Tyreek Hill. It's a superstar to a superstar, and Tyreek finishes it off with the peace sign. He wasn't done yet, though. Look at this play, though. Tyreek, Nate, take us through this.
Listen, he catches the ball while he's turning around and doesn't lose speed. There were two grown men chasing him, and they still couldn't catch up with him.
This wasn't a 1st and 10. This is a 3rd and 8. Mahomes says, all right, I'm just going to put it out there. Tyreek, look, makes the move. Kyle, you like this one?
Bam! Backflip. Never seen a guy cross the plane with a standing backflip. I don't think it's been done.
Unbelievable. Tyreek Hill would have 203 receiving yards, not in the first half, the first quarter. And it wasn't done.
Watch the ball placement on this. It's great coverage. Look at the ball placement.
Right over the head of the defender. There's nowhere else you could really defend it. It's perfect. Tyreek Hill, a monster. Patrick Mahomes, a monster. And then how about the Honey Badger, a monster in his own right?
I thought he was going to house this, Peter.
So did I.
I thought he was going right here.
So did I. I thought he had the angle and then kind of just goes down.
He tweeted after the game, next time I get the ball in my hands, I'm going to score.
All right. Fourth quarter, Bucks come this furious comeback back. 4th and goal, or 2nd and goal. Brady, Mike Evans had an ankle injury all game long, was hobbled, scores. All right, we're in this. Buccaneers are in this thing. 3-point game. Defense has been so good all year for Tampa Bay. Can they make a stop? 3rd and 7, Mahomes just in traffic finds you-know-who. Tyreek, game over. Brady would never get a shot to get the rock back in his hands. Chiefs win 27-24, improved to 10-1.
All right, let's go with Niners-Rams right here. All right, so we got...
Flat big rim versus pomade.
We got Jared Goff dropping back, and he's going to throw. This is intercepted by Javon Kinlaw. Javon Kinlaw, 1st-round pick out of South Carolina. He takes to the crib, does a little dive. Look how big he is, rocking that 9'9". San Francisco all over the Rams. The Rams had 4 turnovers in this.
Look at this, man.
And how about this?
Give me that.
Aaron Donald's an absolute beast. Picked up, scoop, scored. Troy Hill, he takes it to the house. Aaron Donald was a Destructicon in this game.
It's awesome.
Everywhere on the field. That time, one-on-one with Aaron Donald, I would not advise that. And how about this? Playmakers after playmakers. And that right there is Green Acres in front of him. I think that was a 61-yard run. And you know what?
Reference, too.
You're right about that. And then they would give it right back to him. It was all Acres on that drive. 68 yards on that drive. It would be all Acres. All right. Nick Mullen representing the Bay like Chris Mullen. And here he is dropping off a dime to who? Debo. He's fast. Debo got a little bit of that A.J. Brown to him.
Yeah, he does.
He's back on the line. They're a totally different offense.
They're a totally different
Nice to have Kittle.
How about this? This is 4th and 1. Everybody's like, nah, they shouldn't go for it. Should they go for it? Should they put that? They went for it. And Juszczyk gets it. And then they bring in Robbie as good as gold. Game tied at 20. And this is a 42-yard attempt, and it is good.
After a bad Jalen Ramsey offsides on the field.
Sure was. And how about that? Nick Mullins, and that's the golf face right there. Kyle Shanahan, with everything they're dealing with, still in it.
Yes, he's won 4 straight over those Rams. Take a look at the NFC playoff picture, gentlemen. Rams lose. They dropped the wild card. Seahawks, they're in the division leaders column. They didn't even play yet. They have the